So what happened last night in regards to Sean O'Malley and Marlon Vera? I had Marlon Vera going in with an upset, and I did not expect it to be round one. I did not expect it to be a thing where Sean's leg buckles, and it looks like he broke his foot at some point, but I'm not sure it was, because I've watched the fight back twice now, and after seeing some stuff online as well, it looks like Vera catches him with a low kick behind the knee. And as Sean then steps out again, he buckles. It's not straight away. He's moving around a bit, but he's not sure, and he's angsty. So he's throwing a couple kicks, and he's got a good poker face, making sure that Vera can't see he's in pain and he's hurting. He then does a weird step forward, and his foot rolls. And everyone thinks, shit, he's hurt his foot. I'm not too sure it was his foot. I think it might have been ankle to knee. I don't think it was his foot. He was holding his ankle by the end, but it was from a kick. He goes down, and Vera hits him with 3 elbows, I believe. Vera says afterwards he was out after the second elbow. It looked quite premature, and Herb Dean has had a lot of controversy lately about stoppages. It looked quite premature to me. I'm not a Sean O'Malley fan, not really, but it definitely looked a bit premature to me. I think he was still in the fight, but as soon as he was taken away, it looked like he'd kind of given up. So maybe that's what Herb Dean saw. He saw he was gone. He was out of the fight, because he was a bit closer than us, and I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to start hating on Herb again. But it looked like Marlon looked superb anyway. Credit to him. It's not his fault he got pulled off. It's not his fault Sean's foot went, if it wasn't anything to do with Marlon. And that means that it's the second time he's had an injury to a foot, and I believe it's the other foot this time. The first fight where he hurt his foot was against Sukumtat. I think that's how you pronounce it. It went decision. He hurt his foot, and then the fella just made an absolute error, just taking him down, and it allowed O'Malley to play out the round and get the decision, because he had the first 2 rounds in the bag. So what happens to Marlon Vera now? Marlon Vera wasn't ranked going into this, which was a big surprise, because he was fighting at bantamweight, and I believe he was on a 5-fight win streak. He went up to featherweight to fight Song Yadong. Controversial loss. I thought he won. A few other people thought he won. I think O'Malley thought he won as well. Joe Rogan said it on to Marlon Vera. Quite a few thought he won. So where does he go from here? Back down to bantamweight, gets another win. 6 fights in a row at bantamweight now. There is some absolute killers at bantamweight. I think he'd be great matchup for. One is Rafael Sansao, coming off a loss to Cody Garbrandt, and Cody Garbrandt's going down to flyweight. So there's room there. There's a lot there. Dominic Cruz isn't going to do anything. John Dodson's just coming off of... You want a ranked fighter. I think he's better than a top 15. I know he's not ranked in the top 15 yet, but I think he needs a top 10. And you've got people like Cody Stamen, you've got Rob Font, you've got Rafael Sansao. I think Jimmy Rivera and people like that are a bit too much just yet. But he's got 10 wins in the UFC, I believe now. He's absolutely on a roll. And I don't know where Sean goes from here. Sean needs to obviously get that CAT scan done and see what he's actually damaged. Whether his foot was broken, his ankle, something hit his knee, whether his ACL went, I don't know. But he was hobbling out of there, and it didn't look good. So I'd like to see who Sean's going to get. He might get another gimme fight is the way it's going to be looking, but someone like John Dodson or maybe another name, he can't go back to fighting nobodies, essentially, that no one has really heard of. Even if it's in the UFC, there's still fighters that no one's heard of, or a lot of people haven't, I should say. Obviously they are fans, but it's an interesting viewpoint from Vera now, because Vera looked good. He looked really good going into this, and he took a lot of shit from fans who are on board on the Sean O'Malley train. He even insulted him by dyeing his hair the same colours as the flag. So, what do you guys think? Let me know who you think Vera should fight next, who you think Sean should fight next. I think Cody Stamen, Rafael Sansao. Let me know. Cheers, guys.